Greetings, Holy Family students. I wanted to share with you an overview of a presentation I prepared for our class time. Our class is titled Collaboration and Best Practice. So, in a way, we are going to have a continuation of what it means to work in a collaborative setting, and we will highlight the importance of paraprofessionals. We also will look at best practice. So, our agenda includes four guideposts, or excuse me, five. And I prepared just to help us and guide us throughout our presentation. We cannot solve problems with the same thinking or attributes that cause such problems, by Albert Einstein. So, in a way, this course charges us with a task of seeing learning in more of a meaningful and student centered way through universal design for learning principles. And I'm excited to actually, over the years, it's been part of my practice and um, philosophy as an educator. And I've been excited to teach about this over like the past decade or so. So, as you know, as an instructor, I often find the importance of providing guidelines and social agreements for our time, and we will certainly review these as we come together face to face. But I do ask for us to be reflective, respectful of one another, being present, and being prepared. So I would like to table our time with our blueberry analogy and story. I would like to share that with you once we're face to face. So hopefully this is sparking some curiosity around how blueberries are connected to education. Our content will include how universal design for learning and the three-tiered system that we were highly engaged and focused on during our last semester, how they are conjoined. I'd like to review with you our course description, and in a face-to-face setting, I would have had you word watch. I will do that with another piece of technology, and I'll ask for you to engage with that. Following that, I would like to have you take some self-assessment tools and communication style inventories to measure and elevate our self-awareness around communication and collaboration. It only can help us shape our understanding and roles of how we engage with one another and understand one another. So also I do hold true my CARE acronym of applying and learning and reviewing collaborative roles. So I may have you read a case and reflect on the case, and we will table our activity around that when we do again come together face to face. And I will provide that on your Canvas. So as you can see, your required course text is titled Teaching Today's Inclusive Classrooms, a Universal Design for Learning Approach. So we will be hearing the theoretical framework of universal design for learning as a common thread throughout this course. As I have shared with you, my expectations are to make arrangements with another classmate if you miss class. I will be having just a check-in in terms of attendance this semester. I'll just have a little sign-in sheet, so it'll help me keep record of attendance and participation. I do request to contribute your ideas in class discussions as well and as you work together with your classmates. I provide my cell phone number, which is on your screen. So if you need to touch base with me, I'd like to provide that to you in case you are in need of support or help, or if you have a pressing question. I do ask for you to check your Holy Family email frequently as I use this to communicate, but I also, of course, will use Canvas as another means. On the flip of that, I would encourage you to send an email to me or text me directly as opposed to using the messaging feature on Canvas. It will be received like more immediately with the other two approaches as opposed to Canvas. Our classroom norms continue to promote a more psychologically safe learning atmosphere. And thank you for striving to be mindful of these. So, universal design for learning. And again, I literally will have a poster size of this image as you see. And I have also handouts for you that give you an overview and at least a visually and organized way of what universal design for learning is all about. I am excited because it very much garners the theory of science of learning, and it helps pull in all of our students in our teaching and instruction. So I will reiterate and review each class time to really center us and anchor us into our learning of the brain networks. So the brain networks you can highlight as you're listening are the recognition networks, and this is including the what of learning. The strategic network is more of the how, and the affective network is more of the why of learning. So you'll see underscored each network a description. So the what of learning, the recognition, is how we present information and content in different ways. And you'll see that the green represents the region of the brain that's activated during that type of learning. The strategic network, the how, it's underscored of the differentiate, how we differentiate the ways that students can express what they know. So providing that choice is very meaningful and it heightens engagement. The affective network is more of the why. I like to think of the emotional piece. This is close to the amygdala piece of the brain, the fight or flight. And it's underscored as how it stimulates interest and motivation for learning. You'll see also I have infographics on the left-hand side of your screen of also another way of looking at the three primary networks. Representation is a principle of UDL, action and expression, and the engagement. So the purple is more of how we deliver our instruction in different ways. 2 is more of the what. The purple is the how again, is flexibility and options of how we learn and express what we know. And the green again is providing flexibility and options for generating and sustaining motivation. more of the why. So that ties in more like the essential questions and the emotional aspect and the motivation of learning. Again, we will be circling back to these time and time again, and we will look at these as we move forward. So, I would like to review the guidelines of what you will participate in. So, in person, I was planning for us to use highlighting tape. We'll table that for now, no pun intended. But I will actually post the course description on your Canvas. Well, actually, this will be posted on your Canvas, and I will have a Jamboard where I would like for you to word watch, but I also would like for you to use the words and highlight important words in the description and use that as a springboard to create an infographic that represents our course. So it can be in a form of a picture, table, graphic, word art, etc. I know we have a lot of creativity in our group. And I'd like you to bring these to our in-person class next week. With that said, I'd like to read our course description, and while I read, if you would like to take note of important or eye-catching words, I like to call them, like things that really stick out. So as the third course in a 3-course special education sequence for all education majors, this course focuses on the use of the collaborative process as well as collaborative models of delivering effective instruction. There is also a thorough investigation of universal design for learning as a philosophical design and organizational mechanism for instructional delivery. Both the development of literacy skills and the implementation of differentiation and interventions are included in this course. Response to instruction and intervention (RTII) and progress monitoring will continue to be referenced in this course. Positive behavior supports is introduced in the context of UDL and RTII. An emphasis is placed on planning and monitoring progress to meet the needs of all learners in today's diverse classrooms, including learners with identified needs. The Pennsylvania academic standards are used as a basis for lesson development and assessment. So take a moment, and I would like for you to highlight, and you can of course pause the video if needed. As I've shared with you during our last semester, that we bring forth again that the child is always the center, whether we're looking at our whole class or focusing on one child. It's a cyclical framework. So collecting data, adapting, responding, and evaluating is ongoing and cyclical. So if you can scan your QR code on your screen, and this should link you to a communication inventory. I will also have printouts at our face-to-face for you to complete. And this data will be referenced throughout the course as we delve into collaborative exercises. I really would like to promote your level of self-awareness of your strengths, your preferences, non-preferred activities and interests, and of course your needs. Again, very similar to your course last semester, but we're just delving a little deeper. to promote that self-awareness. So what I will do for the purpose of our time, I will post a case on your Canvas shell under Module 1, and I'd like for you to read over the case study and mainly just get a gist about what the case study includes. Like, what are the problem areas for the student, how you would collect data. Again, similar to our time last semester. I'll post this, and if you can reply with just a short summary of the case. We'll use that information to form our cooperative teams for next time we meet to prepare how would we tackle the case and help the child. So in closing, rather than sorting and categorizing, I would like for you to scan the QR again and see if you can reflect upon how traditional models may hinder students' learning. So I'd like to take you back in time, like to your educational experience, and think about perhaps times you would consider a traditional model of teaching, maybe all lecture, like teacher is just disseminating information and it's strictly lecture. How would that set up hurdles? Okay, so I want you to just think about that. I know in terms of our class, of course, this is not our typical time of an in-class, but I know I wanted to respect the fact that this is a recording, and I will post this again on your Canvas, and we'll revisit this when we meet next time in our in face-to-face course or class time, excuse me. But I also would like to mention for you to be cognizant of your online assignments. All right, I'm looking forward to seeing you soon, and I hope everyone is well, and take care.